As many of you might know, we are NYLandlords, Demon Mike here. We started this group about 2 years ago because we had a lot of people complain to us, a lot of landlords, that they were in trouble and there was no one to help. So we just wanted to this is such an amazing feeling to know that you're not alone in this fight. We just wanted to thank everyone for coming here today to show your support. And like I said, we have a lot of interesting stories today for you guys to see. And I just wanted to let you probably know Rosanna. She's our celebrity speaker. And let's hear her story first.
Thanks, guys. I wanted to thank everyone today for coming and helping to shine a light on this issue. I am a landlord, and there is no doubt that the term landlord has a certain stigma that is difficult to overcome. A landlord is perceived as egregious, unmerciful, and greedy. Terms you probably would not use to describe me if I simply told you that I am a single mom, I have a child with learning disabilities, and I have a rare, incurable cancer. My name is Rosanna, and many of you already know my story. But for those of you who are hearing it for the first time, understand that there are many mom and pop landlords like myself that need to evict for many pragmatic reasons, initially having nothing to do with COVID and nothing to do with non-payment. In June of 2020, the debilitating effects of my cancer became more troublesome in my daily life. Also at that time, problems with the house revealed that repairs were needed that would ultimately eliminate the apartment. Realizing that I was going to need help from my family, I made the difficult decision to not renew a month-to-month rental agreement of an apartment located in the very home that my son and I live in. I advised the tenant that the rental agreement would not be renewed. She was well aware of the probability of this happening, as we had had many amicable discussions about these topics during her stay that actually resulted in her suggesting that I sell the home to make it easier for myself. I was surprised when she resisted. I had no choice but to begin eviction proceedings, giving her 90 days to vacate. I offered to help her when she claimed her family wasn't. I actioned that offer by providing many listings for comparable apartments in the areas that she desired and that met her other criteria. I offered to take her to look, I called realtors, and I even booked appointments for her. And her efforts were mediocre at best. One excuse after another until she ultimately refused to vacate when tenancy ended in October of 2020. That was also the last month that rent was collected. To say that she has been a nuisance since would be an extreme understatement. I could tell you about her smoking in and around my home, which makes me sick daily, and the deliberate damages that she causes, but I won't digress. This person and her attorney are using this moratorium as a weapon against me, holding me hostage in my own home, when the reality is that it never applied to my circumstances, and it still should not and does not. It needs to stop now. Any further extension just prolongs the inevitable and not only allows the bad behavior to continue, but invites it. These tenants feel they have the right to do as they wish because the government has allowed this to continue for way too long. Yes, COVID hit and changed every aspect of our lives. But the question remains, where are our rights? Not as landlords, but as Americans. There are activists out there screaming about wanting unity, yet this moratorium and the current administration seems to have segregated us in ways I fear will be irreparable, creating an us and them environment of hate, perpetuating bad behavior on both parts. We are supposed to be protected by the Constitution, but this moratorium denied landlords the right to due process, even though the original moratorium clearly stated that holdovers were not to be included. The ambiguity surrounding the moratorium, coupled with courts closing, caused the domino effect of events that we can no longer sustain. The president even after this moratorium was deemed unconstitutional, decided to allow it to continue, knowing its legal challenges. The moratorium gave rights to sick tenants, but what about the sick landlords? And all tenants, not just the ones who truly needed help, were given the right and even encouraged to claim hardship, no questions asked. But what about the hardship of the landlords? We still have bills to pay and have life circumstances to deal with as well. And this woman claimed hardship when her main source of income was not impacted by COVID whatsoever. She smokes from morning to night, and we all know cigarettes are quite expensive. So it's funny how the hardship she claims didn't impact the habit. Her attorney alleges that she walks with a walker, yet I have countless videos of her walking just fine. He alleges that she's not working, but I have an email she unknowingly wrote to a realtor friend of mine stating otherwise. So come on, folks. Do you not see how wrong this is? And if she's really that sick, where's her family? Her grandkids are at the house constantly, so her family is definitely around. That I know for a fact. I understand that my asking her to move is inconvenient, but folks, having cancer and needing to do this has been quite inconvenient for me too, just saying. Her rights matter and mine don't. She has family available to help her, and she chooses to stay. And when asked why, get this one, when asked why, her response was, and I quote, "Because I effing can." And further stated that I could thank my governor and that she will stay until they drag her out. Her own attorney stated in court that after spending an hour and a half at their initial meeting, didn't really understand himself what her endgame was. This all shows that she is just doing this to be spiteful because she has been allowed to do so. All of that being said, I now ask you, why a blanket moratorium? We need to suffer because they couldn't distribute the funds efficiently? But what about those of us that aren't entitled to the money because it never had anything to do with it? We are the ones hurting terribly as these tenants take full advantage of claiming hardship when there is none. Not all cases are the same, and not all cases began as a matter of non-paying. And I will say it again, it is not always about money. Not all of us will be entitled to ERAP or wish to agree to its conditions because we may not be able, in any sense, to allow an extension of a rental for another year. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's the stipulation. If you accept ERAP, you must extend that person's lease for a year. My case and many others, even if good cause eviction were imposed right now, would still qualify to proceed with our actions. So what is the issue? There should be a clear delineation for cases such as mine, and there are more than you think. And we should be allowed to proceed now. I'm not a real estate mogul with many properties, or even a landlord with a few rentals. My property is owner-occupied, and I am far from being wealthy. 13 months. 13 months! There is no reason this person should still be in my home, being a nuisance, living for free, when there really is no hardship for her, when all the while I am working 3 jobs with an incurable cancer, just trying to make ends meet. She is preventing my family from moving in to help me. She is preventing necessary repairs required so that the home may be sold after my passing to help sustain a future for my son. She is preventing my home from being filled with love and happiness. I am hoping that my story has changed your opinion of what a landlord might be and makes you realize that many of us are just people too, trying to get by, trying to live life, trying to provide for our families. I should be able to proceed in court and collect the monies owed, but most of all, I should be allowed to finally reclaim my home and live out the remainder of my life in peace. Thank you all for hearing my story once again.